Thank you, everyone.
Hello. Hey, everyone. Wasn't that amazing? That was Eleonore from Sibylla. Let's give them a round of applause. Yeah. So, first of all, trolls, if you're a troll, you need to get out of here. So, we'll wait. Go on. Get out of here. We won't miss you. All right. I'm Brad of Affliction.
And I'm Bitter Herb.
And you might recognize us from your Seder plate. We're materializations of the ritual of Passover. We're Brad and Bitter, and we'll be your hosts to this Draglesque virtual Passover Seder of the future.
Hey, Brad, what do you call someone who derives pleasure from the bread of affliction?
I don't know.
A masochist.
Well, Herb, who wouldn't be a masochist? Look at these babies. Yum.
So every year before this year, in our lifetimes, we gathered during Passover with family and chosen family to read the Haggadah and tell the story of when we left the narrow place, Mitzrayim, for the wide open expanse of liberation. We sit and laugh and cringe and dream up freedom together. This year it looks a little different. As the Shmutzik Shmates gathered to discuss what Passover could look like during a pandemic, they realized that although they couldn't gather in person, they could create an experience to make it feel like we were all there together. With a fucking dream team of a cast, one that pulls from ancestral wisdom of what it was like to wait for the Torah at Sinai, or to have to hide, or to be afraid of past pandemics. This show is a chance to celebrate Passover, as if we were there with each other right now, and as if we were there making an exodus out of Egypt.
That's right, Herb. So, before we begin, I encourage you to feel your feet on the ground and take a collective breath all together as we acknowledge the land that we are on This acknowledgement was adapted from one developed by my friend and comrade Caleb Luna, who you can tip for this labor at CT Luna on Venmo.
As many of us are settlers, migrants, or descendants of those colonized with and or settled on this continent, it is our collective responsibility to respect and recognize that the land that we're on is occupied. The performers here tonight currently are occupying Chechnya Ohlone land in the East Bay, Piscataway and land in DC, Wampanoag, Nipmuc, and Massachusetts in Boston, and Lenape and Cheyenne land.
We acknowledge that our presence has impeded and continues to impede the lives of current tribal members from living in their traditional land. Today, we continue to gain privilege, resources, and benefits from their ongoing struggle for sovereignty, connection to land, and just access to way of life. In recognizing that this space occupies colonized territories, and out of respect for the rights of Indigenous people, it is our collective responsibility to critically interrogate the enduring colonial histories and to honor, protect, and sustain this land whose nutrients and resources sustain us. We honor past and present elders and affirm that this always was and always will be Indigenous land.
Amen, amen.
So a few access notes as we ground ourselves. The audio transcription link is posted in the chat, so feel free to follow along there. We have also posted audio descriptions written up by performers, and that is also posted in the chat. Please message us if there are access needs you have that we can address that would allow you to be more present, and you can message, it'll be Chloe Piazza, whoever that is. All right, so please stretch, flex, stim, lie down, and especially recline. Do what you need to do to take care of your body.
Hey, Brad. Knock, knock.
Who's there, Herb?
Lena.
Lena who?
Lean a little closer to the left. We recline at the Seder.
Oh, yeah. So true. All right, so a reminder about donations. This is a sliding scale event, $5 to $15 for the ticket. Donate to all the performers at the Venmo posted in the chat at Dirty Rags DC. And you can also find Eleanore online, and Eleanor's Venmo will also be posted in the chat. So we're going to practice some affirmations, right? We want to honor and care for our performers here. So we're going to give it up for the Shmutzik Shmates for putting this together in virtual reality. And we want to see your affirmations. We want to feel your affirmations.
Throw them in the chat.
Send your energy.
Throw your dollars in the chat.
And throw your dollars in tips. Tip your performers. And you can do that through the Venmo, through the Cash App, through the PayPal, and all of those will be in the chat. And if you want to tip Herb and me, you can send your tips to Disability Justice Culture Club, a collective of queer and trans disabled people of color in East Oakland, doing mutual aid work for disabled people of color. And the Venmo is at DJ Culture Club in the chat. So.
Next, you're going to hear more music, this time from Cibola's Zoe, followed by a performance by the Shmutzik Shmates. Zoe Aqua, Eva Boodman, and Eleonore Weill, Zoe's on violin, Eva's on trumpet, and Eleanore on flute, Hurdy, Gurdy, and voice, have been playing together for years in Cibola and other projects. As part of Cibola, they released an album in 2017 entitled It's Dark Outside in Draußen ist Finster, which received acclaim for its dark and atmospheric original arrangements of Yiddish songs. The album explores the themes of life under capitalism, tyranny, and heteropatriarchy, and includes at least one love song. Check it out at cibola.bandcamp.com.
And after that, You'll witness the Shmutzik Shmates. The Shmutzik Shmates are DC's only queer Yiddish burlesque group. They consist of Becher Dick, a nebbish daddy plotting revolution from the yeshiva benches, Kasha Varnishkas, a time-traveling glitter Jew, and Brenda Roses, a labor organizer's wet dream. They spend their days dreaming of revolution and erotic Yiddish poetry.
Give it up.
Give it up. Let's hear those affirmations.
Hey everyone, really excited to join you, and thanks for the Shmatas for having us. I'm just going to share part of a new piece that I've been working on. And now the Shmutzik Shmatas.
In tiefen Hell ihrer Feder, dort wo ich gekriegt mein Seder. Sag mal an, ihr wo bei Wärmen, wärst du weiß auch noch so's nennen. In der Hell läuft uns verroten, oben wir den Tag geknoten. In der Hell läuft uns verroten, oben wir den Tag geknoten.
Hi, everyone. Happy Passover. Can you hear me? Oh, wait. Can you?
Becher, you're muted.
Kasha, you're too loud. Kasha, you're too loud. Ugh, this is so. Ugh. You know what? I don't even want to do this. I wish we were just all together. You know what? We should just cancel Passover this year. Just cancel it.
Oh, Brenda. Well, the Hebrew root of Seder is order, and we're still all here doing the ritual order. So, halakhically speaking.
Ugh, Becher, no one cares right now about halakha.
Brenda, I hear you, but Jews have been finding ways to navigate Pesach in uncertain times throughout history throughout the universe. You know what? I bet we could go visit them. You know that Manischewitz that I sent you? You know, before all the shelter-in-place stuff?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not just Manischewitz. Take a swig.
Whoa.
A good yontif chaverim. It's me, Shmuel Abba Fingerhut, a character from the Yiddish writer Sholem Aleichem's imaginary world of Kazrilivke. Now, Kazrilivke has made quite a name for itself as far as Shtetlach go. It's infamous for being a bissel unnatural, real funny place where all the roads run into each other and people wear their yarmulkes on their tuchuses. But as I'm sure you well know, Shmutzik Shmates, that Epis Vos is topsy-turvy that flows against the natural state of things are sometimes the very things that make the most sense, or tell you the truth that you need to hear. Now, tonight in Kazrilivke happens to be a very special night. Not only the first night of Pesach, but the setting of Sholem Aleichem's tale, a Pesecher expropriatie, a Passover expropriation. What kind of Pesach Dika tale is this, you might ask? The only kind you can write on the coattails of the 1905 Russian Revolution. The kind you write when you want to give your readers Hamish joy, but also the words expropriatie, proletariat, and capitalism to understand their situation. So, it happens like this. This Pesach, my friends and I get tired of the same old bullshit tzedakah routine. Every year, the rich of Kazrilivke pay lip service to social change by giving us a few measly matzah crumbs before heading home, locking their doors, and feasting on yontif dik delicacies paid for by our year-round labor. We storm the house of one of these gevirim and we lay it all out for them. Here you sit in a bright, warm room with the wine glasses in front of you, thinking you honor a people's liberation story, while poor folk are suffering from hunger just outside. We hereby command you have the dinner served to us instead. And if anyone so much as lets out a peep or opens a window or dares call the police, you'll wish you only had 10 plagues to worry about. Comrade Moishe, the bomb, please.
Guess who's coming to dinner? Oi, oi, oi! Oi, oi, oi! Born into a society of lies, as a young man came to realize that everything around him was set to vanity. I'm a motherfucker with brain.
So, anyways, what they don't know, die ganze Zeit, the whole time, is that our bomb is actually a tin full of matzah. But we eat their meal, and we leave them with something to chew on. Every year, we recite the Haggadah, and you eat the knedle. This time, you recite the Haggadah, and for once, we are eating the knedle. L'chaim, my bourgeoisie friend. May God grant that you become a proletarian like the rest of us. Say it with me, chaverim. L'shana haba berevolutzie. L'shana haba be-decarceration. L'shana haba be-universal housing and healthcare. L'shana haba be-collective liberation.
We are Moshiach. The end of your world is the beginning of our world to come. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, you're Brenda. Brenda Roses. Well, I guess these days we should be calling you Matzah Roses. Get it? Oh, so you want advice? I don't know if I really have advice, but I have a story I could tell you. I want to talk to you about a time over 100 years ago, but it's a time that's not so different from our time now. It's a story about my dear friend, well, our dear friend, Emma. And her dear friend, Fitzy, and their dear friend, Sasha Berkman, who is dear friends with Becky, and Fitzy, who is also dear friends with sweet, sweet Benji. Well, you catch my drift. It was quite a chart or polycule or pod or whatever you want to call it. So Emma is in prison in St. Louis in 1918 for, treason against the state and espionage. All those things were very fashionable at that time. And every single week without fail, anarchists in St. Louis were bringing her fresh produce to eat. Talk about mutual aid, am I right? And every week without fail, she's writing letters and Fitzy is doing everything she can to bail her out. Until one day, there's a pandemic that starts spreading all over the country. I think you these days refer to it as the Spanish flu. Well, so it starts to spread throughout the prison. Anyway, Emma's a nurse and she sneaks out of her cell at night to care for the other patients, and the prison is on lockdown and it's not a good time at all. And so this story ends not with Emma being released into some kind of grand exodus, but actually being deported, being called the most dangerous woman in America, which she takes on as quite an honor, of course. And the thing about Emma throughout all these years is that even when she was in bondage, she lived according to the world that she was creating as she lived it. And so I ask you, dear Brenda of the present, how can you live your life as if you are in the world you want to create, even while things all around you crumble and the exodus seems so far away? Let's see if we can figure out some ideas.
Steigt auf, die andere ist gelaufen, in der hingelegten ist Nacht. Der Geist, der kocht und rief zu Waffen, es lacht ins Vieren, ist gereit. Die Welt in Gewalttaten im Leiden, sie sterben werden hier in Dann. Keine Freiheit, Gleichheit, Ageneiden, was schaffen wird der Arbeitsmann. Dus wird sein schon der Letzte, immer entscheidende Streit. Mitten international steigt auf, gerade Leid. Dus wird Kein Schein der Letzte in der kleinen Streit mit international.
You're good. No. Sorry. Hello? Kasha? Kasha, I wasn't expecting you in the middle of my klezmer dance workout. But, oh, of course you're here. It's Pesach! Chag Sameach! Were you looking for a Seder? Oh. You're looking for advice? About a Seder in 2020? That's like 500 years ago. Wait, the 2020? The year of the coronavirus revolution? Well, that year changed everything. We got universal health care, housing for all, we abolished prisons and police. I mean, I should be asking you for advice. Oh, I see. It's just the beginning for you all there. And you're trying to figure out how to connect around distance during Pesach. Well, I don't know how much wisdom I have, but I mean, I'm about to start my intergalactic Seder in a few hours. You could join if you want. Yeah, I mean, I have cousins and aunts and uncles all over the universe. And, we have our, brain neurotransmitters, so we can just kind of connect. And it's like they're right here in the room with me. Bet your Zoom calls couldn't do that. But, Kasha, you don't need fancy futuristic tchotchkes to connect with people across distance. I mean, Jews have been figuring out how to connect with each other and support each other for generations. We've written radical folk tales. We've delivered groceries to our comrades in prison. We've done virtual burlesque drag Passover shows. I mean, everything that I know and everything that I'm bringing now, I know from the people who came before me, including you and your people, Kasha. You have everything you need. Now, come on, join me for the end of my klezmer dance workout. This is the fun tuchus shaking part. Wow, you guys will never believe what I just learned.
Me too. Wow, it's like our people throughout time have had so much resilience. I can't believe that they found ways to continue this tradition for so long. It's like a miracle.
Yeah, there really can be miracles.
When you believe.
With no proof anyone could hear. In our hearts a hopeful song we barely understood. Now we are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. We were moving mountains long before we knew we could. There can be miracles when you believe. Though hope is frail, it's hard to kill. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe? Somehow you will. You will when you believe.
Wow, okay, y'all, that made me hungry. Let's eat.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, sorry.
We were really absorbed in the world of that piece.
My soul is aroused. Woof. Thank you so much, Shmates, for that beautiful intergalactic, soul-arousing piece of gorgeousness that you just exposed us to. Seder of my dreams.
I want to remind you all to tip your performers. The Venmos and Cash Apps and PayPals are being shared in the chat, and they'll also be shared again at the end of the performance.
Hey, Bitter.
Yeah?
Why did the matzah go on strike?
I don't know why.
Because he didn't get a raise. Hey, Bitter. Oh, what do you call steaks ordered by 10 Jews?
I don't know what.
Filet mignon. Okay, last one, Bitter.
What, Brad?
If a doctor carries a black bag and a plumber carries a toolbox, what does a mohel carry?
What, Brad?
A brisket.
That was a good one. Speaking of mohels, next we're gonna see Turmohel. Turmohel is Boston's premier Jewish drag troupe. Its messy, genre, and gender-bending drag creature members include High Treason, Riv Killer, Meshuggah Mama, Prince Spilka's Sad Kid the First, and Chava Goodtime. This queer quintet of diasporic darlings will delight you with their DIY performances of biblical proportions. An adoring critic once described them as inflammatory, hilarious, and so gross. Keep up with them at Turmohel, Turmohel, on Insta. After Turmohel, we'll be graced by another musical interlude from Tibila's Eleanore, and then a performance by Rafi.
Rafi is a femme, trans, white, disabled fagala. a disabled dancer and art maker interested in languishing in crypt time as an act of rebellion and conscious widening of disability aesthetics. Yes. Keep up with them and their illustration work for Sins Invalid at Crypt Please on Insta. All right, everybody, give it up for Turmohel. Yes, put it in the chat.
Hi there. Guess what I did? I hid the afikomen. The afikomen is a piece of matzah you eat for dessert at the Passover Seder. Before you can finish the Seder, you have to find it. And I hid it. I hid it in such a great hiding spot. I'm super at hiding things. It'll be so hard to find. You found the afikomen. Good job. Now we can finish the Seder. Shalom.
Sing with me if you want.
I've been thinking a lot about Miriam as a pioneer of access. Her memory is a blessing for strength in the face of injustice and inaccessibility. As I enter into this space of hypervisibility, I call upon the prayer she danced to teach me new ways of walking, of stripping, in rebellion. Not the complacent, traumatized undressing, medicalized disabled folks are accustomed to in doctor settings, but a liberatory kind of walking, as across the sea, into the freedom of moving as I am, in my joy, and for my people. I draw upon the blessing of Miriam's memory as a prayer for marginalized folks objectified and harmed by the medical system, deprived of a space to dance. Show us how you walk. Show the doctors how you walk.
We're schwitzing
Wow!
over here.
Wow! 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 Oh,
Rafi,
Rafi,
Dara.
gorgeous!
Oh my
Ah, tip the performers, all right?
God.
Because
Throw those
that,
dollars.
let's talk about how stripping is work. This is beautiful, conceptual, artistic, creative, embodied labor. So let's
Brad,
throw
you're
those
such a
tips
good feminist.
in the Venmo.
You're such a good
Yeah.
feminist.
All right,
Hey, Brad.
keep my crackers on.
Knock, knock.
Yeah, who's there?
Lettuce.
Lettuce who?
Lettuce in your Seder. It's cold out
Oh,
here.
yeah, okay, all right, that's a good one.
Brad. Knock, knock.
Okay, who's there?
Toby.
Toby who?
Toby or not Toby? That is the fifth question.
Okay, I have a lot of other questions personally, but
All right. What's the difference between matzah and cardboard?
I don't know, honestly.
Cardboard doesn't leave crumbs in the rug.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm a huge mess. It's inevitable.
All right, enough already. Better be time to take a break.
Fine.
Take a few minutes, leave on your sound, and when you hear the music playing, you'll know it's time to come back.
Okay, bye.
Thank
Stretch
you,
your
everyone.
legs. Yes! Shakoya. That was gorgeous. Wow, wow, wow. Just blown away. Also blown away by the true wit in these comments in the chat. You're giving me trills? Okay, all right. I see you. All right.
So I think somebody mentioned Elijah earlier in the chat. So I have a joke about Elijah.
Yeah, of course you do.
Elijah walks into a bar. Bartender says, "What can I get for you, Elijah?" Elijah says, "Wait, you can see me?"
I think I can top that. So Matzo walks into a bar. Bartender says, "Crummy day."
All right, get a load of this one.
No.
The Jewish nation walks into a bar.
Mhm.
You got 600,000 Jews piling in and out of the bar. Bartender says, "You thought splitting the sea was hard. Try splitting this check."
Alrighty, so enough of that. So to bring us all back together, we'd like to do a little audience participation. There's nothing quite so divisive as the classic Passover dish, the gefilte fish. Here, we aim to bring people together across difference. There is space for all of your rage and all of your joy. So, when you see this fish, yeah, all of your rage and all of your joy about the gefilte fish, this is courtesy of Porcini the dog, our little gefilte bitch. You might have seen her earlier. Yeah, she's partying hard. So when you see Porcini's gefilte fish, all right, you are going to say gefilte fish.
Twice, two times,
Yeah.
two times.
Okay,
Ready?
so
Let's try it all together.
Do it with me. Yeah. All right, ready?
Gefilte
fish. Gefilte fish.
Nice.
All right. Very good. Very good. I heard you in my heart. And you are going to channel all of your feelings that you have had about gefilte fish into your chant, okay? All right. So if you want to follow along, the translation and transliteration are available in...
I'm going to post the transliteration in the chat.
Okay, right in the chat. And they're also available in the link called Herb and Brad Banter, which is available in the audio description file.
Oh, it's not working.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So no
you just have to
pasting
listen.
is happening.
You can find the file.
Mm-hmm. All right. Are we all ready? I think we are.
Zot was es in jeden mit groß Cheshek, bei jenem sie bei sich allein in Stieb. Siz parve nicht milchig und nicht fleischig, nur am Eichel, was jeder jid hat lieb. Oi, sagt, was es jeder freis im Bitzje, me hat das Lima weiss, danke für was. Sie sind jede Schmeichel mit Tradition. In a jeden Erev Shabbos es men das. Gefilte fish! Gefilte fish! Scheiß ist a Meichel, was so tausend Tamen. Ich hab zuerst versucht es bei meinen Mammen. Oi, is es teuer, is es voll a Meichel, fahr dem Volk Yisroel. Essen Dixie geht es sich ein Meil. Oi, die gefilte Fisch, sie sind in Jiddisch. Mit Kind in Schulme statt sich machen Kiddisch. In Stiebe, Schänen, Reinen, Fisch, mir setzt sich zum Bedeckentisch. Und mir der lang gefilte Fisch. Gefilte Fisch! Gefilte Fisch! Der Unger hat lieb Gulasch mit Paprika. Der Pojak hat lieb biges Fleisch mit Breit. Bei dem Russ ist Reiterbosch der Ricker. Und der Jacke hat lieb Kliese mit Kreuz. Am Mama liege gleich in die Rumäner. Und der Großiner hat lieb a Schaschlik. Nein, was Gott ist, weiß von sein nicht keiner. Na, der Rabbi jeden sagt mir, was es geht. Gefilte Fisch!
Gefilte Fisch.
Scheiß ist ein Michael, was so tausend Tamen. Ich hol zuerst versicht das bei meinen Mannen. Oh, es ist teuer, es ist voll am Michael, fahr dem Volk ist royal, essen deckt sich geht es sich ein Meul. Oh, die gefilte Fisch, sie sind in Jiddisch. Ne kommt in Schirme, statt sich machen Kiddisch. In Stiebe, schönen, reinen Fisch, man setzt sich zum bedeckten Tisch. Mit der lang gefilte Fisch. Gefilte Fisch, gefilte Fisch. Oi, gefilte Fisch.
And here's another video from Turmohel, followed by some more music and a responsive Dayenu by the Shmates.
A großen Dank.
Okay, family. We move on through the Seder, through the Haggadah, and now we arrive at the portion of the Megid in which we hear the story of the so-called 4 sons. There is, of course, no reason for them to all be sons. That's patriarchal bullshit. And we won't stand for that in this queer household. So we will call them the 4 children. Let us now hear from these 4 queer children. First, we have Chacham the wise, who it appears has become so wise that she has reached a level of artificial intelligence.
Finally, robotic beings rule the world. The
Heteros
are dead. The
Heteros
are dead. We used poisonous gases, and we poisoned their asses.
Heteros
Are dead.
Straights
are dead.
Heteros
Are dead.
They look like they're dead.
It had to be done.
I'll just confirm that they're dead.
So that we could have fun.
Affirmative. I poked one. It was dead.
Can't we talk to the
breeders
that work together now?
No, because they are dead.
Binary solo.
0000001 0000001 000000111 000000111
Come on, Sakura, lake my battery.
Well, that was interesting. Moving on, we have Rasha, the wicked child. Reminds me of a few people around this very table, no?
I woke up, it was 7. I waited till 11 just to figure out that no one would call. I think I've got a lot of friends, but I don't hear from them. What's another night all alone? When you're spending every day on your own. And here it goes. I'm just a kid and life is a nightmare. I'm just a kid, I know that it's not fair. Nobody cares 'cause I'm alone and the world is having more fun than me tonight.
Next, of course, Tom, the simple one.
Tell me what has it gonna make things so complicated? I see the way you're acting like you're somebody else gets me frustrated. Life's like this, you fall and you crawl and you break and you take what you get and you turn it into honesty. You promise me I'm never gonna find you faking. No, no, no.
And last, but not least, the most enigmatic, the one who does not know how to ask.
Where should I go, Daddy? What should I say? Where should I go? Is it okay with you? Who should I fuck, Daddy? Is it you? Is it you? Is it you? Where should I go, Daddy? What should I say? Where should I go? Is it okay with you? Who should I fuck, Daddy? What should I say?
right, well, I certainly learned something tonight. Let's move on with the Seder.
Die-die-nu, die-die-nu, hurry, die-die-nu, hurry, die-nu, 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 die-die-nu, woo, die-die-nu, die-di-nu, die-di-nu, die-nu.
Hey everyone, I'm Eva. I'm gonna play you a song that I wrote. I'll also introduce you to my friend, the drone box, who's helping me before. Anyway, that's how we travel through time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this part of the show. Thanks for being here tonight. The Shmatas have written a responsive Dayenu that I'm going to share with you, and we're going to read it, and you're going to read the part that we don't read. Wherever you are, alone at your computer, with other people at your computer, you're going to actually say these things out loud. Okay, Shmatas, you ready? See how I can do this. Okay. Oop. Nope, that's not what I want. There we go. Okay.
Brenda, can I say something?
Yeah.
So, for all of you who don't know, Dayenu is a song that we sing on Passover most years. And it's usually a song about all of the blessings that God gave to the Jewish people and saying that it would have been enough if God had just given us this, but God continued to give us more and more. And so we wanted to make our own version of Dayenu 2020. And, you know, we're not always feeling all the blessings these days, but instead we wanted to talk about the blessings that we do have and the power and the community that we do have all together here. And also all the shit that we've been saying should have been done that would have been enough that hasn't happened. So Dayenu means enough, but you know, we're going to talk about what's enough and what do we still need for things to really be enough. So yeah, read along with us.
Thanks, Kasha. If they had paid attention to the massive flaws in racial inequality in the healthcare system,
it would have
been enough.
If they had listened to calls for accessibility and disability justice,
it would have been enough.
If they had listened to public health professionals from the start,
it would have been enough.
When we were in the streets demanding an end to incarceration and policing,
it should have been enough.
When we were calling for investment in the most marginalized communities,
it should
have been enough.
When we were demanding housing for all as a human right,
it should have been enough.
Now we deliver groceries to our neighbors.
and we are enough.
Now we create art for the revolution.
And we are enough.
Now we stay home and care for ourselves.
And we are enough.
When we finally say enough.
Capitalism will fall.
When we finally say enough.
Everyone's needs will be taken care of.
When we finally say enough.
We will hold our people close and keep each other safe in these times and forever.
From our lips to God's ears.
Still thine.
Okay, so
I think we should go back to our hosts.
yes, we should.
Hello. So thank you so much, all of our performers. What a beautiful lineup. Moving. Again, my soul is just really feeling spiritually excited. And I just want to thank everyone for being here with us tonight. It has been a beautiful experience sharing this virtual space with you all. Reminder to tip the performers, to pay the $5 to $10 sliding scale ticket if you haven't already. And we'd like to invite you all to hang with us for a little bit, to recline and continue sharing space. And we're gonna have a talk back with the performers, with all of the artists. And we'll start that right now. So first we want this to be driven by folks who are here witnessing the performance, and we'd like to ask, what did you notice, right? Try to respond not in judgment, but rather say things that stuck out to you, that you were